Saurabh, considering we are pretty much on the clock, we should get started now. What do you think?
Absolutely, Kashish. We should.
Perfect, perfect. So, team, thank you. Thanks all for joining us this morning. I'm hoping most of us would be from from the morning slot. So it's a morning there. But in case if somebody joining from other part of the world, good afternoon and good evening for any folks who are here from Americas or North American region. We'll quickly get started. We'll also record this meeting for the future references in case we have some requests to share it across, as well as for the internal references. And Thanks once again for being here and giving us an opportunity to talk about the all the fluff and the buzz around the AI that's everyone is talking about. We're no different, and we wanted to have this as a conversation going and talk about the amazing things that AI agents and agentic AI is able to do today as we speak. So we kept the topic very particularly on beyond insights and how AI agents drive business actions. So we'll talk more and we'll try to cover it as a part of the slides today, and we'll keep it more interactive and conversative in the context. Again, we going to keep it kind of a green field. I and Saurabh will be directing the conversation today, and we'll try to cover initially in 20 minutes what we have as a part of the agenda, where it will try to keep more questions on the topic. And then last few minutes, we'll try to open it up to the forum. If they have any specific questions in and around the topic, we can talk about it. Yeah. So sounds fair, Saurabh? Is that how we look
Perfect.
to cover the agenda for the day?
Thank you, Kashish. Perfect. And good morning and good afternoon and good evening to all of you who joined the call today.
Perfect. So we kept sort of everyone on mute for a purpose just from that interaction standpoint, but we'll definitely open it up and let others jump in and share their thoughts as well as ask the questions as if something comes up. Also, I see that the slide talks about our introductions. Do you really think sort of we should introduce ourselves? What do you think?
I think a quick rule and designation which is already written with a small gesture on the generative AI, obviously. That sounds okay for the moment, but during the presentation we keep on talking, keep on introducing each other. So I think it's good to go ahead for now.
Sure, I agree. I think probably introductions not really needed, especially in this AI first world. We being human itself, I think that's big enough as an introduction. So
That's correct.
now again, just a reiteration to what we are trying to cover as a point beyond insights and how AI agents drive business actions. Completely, it's a lot of fluff and a lot of buzz on the AI and AI agents. So instead of directly topic coverage, we will rather take a step back and try to understand why we're talking about the topic that we have picked up today and where it has come from and evolved from primarily. Also, in case sort of like how we should rather go is, you know, deciphering most of the topics that are eventually going to help us support the overall topic of the day, right? So probably let's get in with that standpoint. Do you want to rewind on where we stand today and how AI agents became a new thing in the to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That is certainly a needed topic or needed question because everyone has to bring onto the same page before we start talking more technical buzzword and then start explaining them. So if we talk about the history of AI, and today we are standing at AI agents or agent AI world, but how it initiated. So if we talk about it, it's the history is more than 100 years old, where close to 100 years ago, the term or the concept of machine learning R systems initiated. And in 1950, a very renowned mathematician and scientist, Mr. Alan Turing, has given a Turing test, which talks about that how a machine can mimic human behavior or human intelligence. That is very much, as of today, known as a Turing test. After that, the father of AI, Mr. McCarthy, has given out coined a term called artificial intelligence, which is nothing but an intelligence which is generated artificially or by machines. And throughout these many years, humans have worked a lot and created variety of different algorithms which gets trained over the data which is generated by us, and these algorithms produce such an overwhelming results that as of today we are at the era of generative AI. So it started with training some of the classical machine learning models. The algorithms are trained and which are able to provide us regression, classification, clustering type of capability. Then it comes the deep learning or neural network based capabilities, and then eventually the transformer based algorithms through which the Gen AI based learning has happened in 2022 when the ChatGPT 3.5 launched, right? That was the revolution where everything started moving in a direction where, yes, we reached to a level where computer or machines have started learning our language rather than we learned their language. So that was an era where it revolutionized. As of today, variety of applications in the name of agents, AI agents, which are utilizing the generative AI capabilities only are prevailing. And the the more and more agents collaboration eventually take us to the agentic AI capabilities. And we will talk more about it, but yes, that was the brief history, and it's not new. Humans are working towards it, and there are more, um, there are miles to go ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely. I thought you'll probably also bring those points where, machine or started playing the chess. That's where all it started. One of the first use cases. But thanks. I think that was good of a coverage. Sort of let's get in more questions, just to read the room and let others who might have some questions around where it is heading and where it all started. Thanks for bringing a question on the screen as well. So we should talk about sort of how we moved from the workflow automations and those one-sided approaches where the system used to be trained by the people to define a certain map or a workflow to letting the system derive the entire end-to-end use cases. So how that journey came up and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you talk about automation, one keyword which comes to our mind is RPA, robotic process automation. And we were able to do that, or we were able to achieve that using variety of tools which exist as of today. And it was certainly a great achievement that humans have achieved using the RPA process. Good point was using the RPA process, you were having a deterministic output, but many times, because of the changes in the system, those RPA process gets failed, and human has to go back, fix those process again, and keep them running and working. Now comes the AI phase, where AI has the capability to understand the problem statement and make it work automatically. And over the period of time, AI would have that level of deep thinking capabilities or chain of thoughts process where they'll be able to understand the problem statement very well, find out the solution at the same time, fix it up immediately, and make the automation run continuously. We'll have the complete autonomy, we'll have the decision power, we'll have the trust from human, and we'll be able to make things completely automated from RPA, which is created very deterministic way, or for one single process or few multiple process to complete autonomy with the help of AI. So yes, it will move forward in that phase.
Right. Yeah, interesting. And I mean it's a good point to cover that, how we moving from that RPA to letting the system define in itself and learn in itself to take the decisions autonomously without having a lot of human interventions. Now again, I think further deep dive on a similar topic now that we're talking about the AI based agents. Probably the next question sort of we can bring in the screen, which will be how, what is the exact differences in when we look at a AI agent and what becomes an agentic AI system. I mean, the reason I think it's important to decipher this is, I mean, though there are, Gartners coining these words, and every other, topic today has the hint of it, but it is still not a very defined phase, and it still means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So, as a somebody at the forefront of it, working in that space, what are your thoughts, and how do you define both of them in a same context?
Yeah, sure. So bringing them or bringing all of us to the same context, I have two ways to answer it. One is a funny way, another is a serious way. How do you want me to um, show this to you or tell this to all?
I think funny would be the great point to start with, and probably later we can cover the serious part.
Absolutely. So again, when we talk about agents, it's something which is helping us, right? Or someone who is helping us. When we talk about the AI agents, I'll take an example of our kids. So AI agents are like our kids who many times follow our orders. When you ask for, okay, get me a glass of water, they just go pick it up and hand it over to you. Switch on the fan or lights, they'll do that. They try to follow all the orders that you give it to them. It's more a reactive in nature where you give a prompt and it will answer that thing. Now, AI is working in the similar direction where you give a prompt to an AI and AI will try to find out an answer and give it back to you. There are some sort of authority and autonomy to AI agents as well, where sometimes they can identify the decision. Okay, very similar example that I had given from which fan to switch on, which specific filtered water I need to bring on. So that type of autonomy is already within the AI agents. Now, when we talk about the agentic AI, it is more powerful. It has that power of understanding the customer or user's preferences. It will have the power to do an automated decision making, and it can make things for a human. So a very good example that I can think of. I'm hoping less people are listening and don't expose it. It's my wife, right, who keeps on identifying ways that okay, what are my preferences for the morning breakfast, and she also has all the knowledge about my health records. So instead of a creamy coffee, she offered me a green tea every morning. And when I request, then she simply denied it also. No, go ahead with just the green tea. Now, this type of decision making, which sometimes go against the human willingness, can also be taken by the agentic AI. So agentic AI has the knowledge of all necessary needs, tools, and technologies, and basis which it also has the power and authenticity to take the decision for the benefit of a human. So multiple agents with the capability of automated knowledge making can create a complete agentic AI system. More power, more preferences, knowledge, and basis which it is able to take the decision. So that's one way. I just correlated with the humans around me.
Right. Hope they were not listening to you.
Hope if they would be listening, probably I'll get a creamy coffee tomorrow.
Absolutely. Sorry, you have not moved to matcha like half of the world.
Yes.
Okay, okay, but I think, yeah, that's something probably for the another discussion. We'll keep on ourselves on the topic. So I think now it's another very important and tricky question: is AI agents really taking away the jobs that are out there? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if we talk about and just few key lines, right? AI agents won't take the job, but definitely the people who are leveraging AI would. So
Right.
how that and just to explain it a bit, so we had seen a very fast pace. The pace of the AI evolution after generative AI is relentless. And we are seeing the adoption by each and every human being, each and every organization, be it a small or a big organization. They keep on finding out ways to reduce the monotonous work. Anything and everything where humans are not needed, and process can be automated. They are processing or they are going ahead with an automation just to avoid any issues and obviously any biasness. Now,
Right.
AI is creating more jobs, and in fact, AI would create more jobs. The only thing human would have to prefer or keep doing is cross-skilling and upskilling themselves in the field of AI.
100%.
Obviously, coding needs, especially when you talk about the software, because it's more over on the technology side, software or industrial automation, more new jobs will be created where it will be more governing jobs to take care of the AI related work rather than doing the job by themselves or by ourselves. So we need to ensure that we have that level of knowledge where we can govern the AI capabilities or AI. So cross-skilling and upskilling, constant learning, adaptability, these are the only thing through which we can ensure that new opportunities which keeps on getting created and we are adaptive enough to take them up and let all the dirty jobs, all the monotonous jobs done by AI agents or AI, and we do the creative work or the governance.
Correct, correct. No, that's relieving, and I completely agree with what you said. Even the way when I look at it, I think it's not about replacing people. AI is certainly not there for that. It's just freeing people up from the repetitive stuff so that they can actually focus on what really moves the needle, right? So I completely agree. And of course, upskilling is has become even more important, knowing we need to adopt to an environment where we have to accept that we will be working with agents and they're not really human agents anymore, and it's a AI first world, and we have to be very open to that and work in that environment. It's just going to amplify and magnify and bring us more power to do our work efficiently. So thanks for resonating with that. Now we can probably further move into another question which aligns in the same context. Next slide, Saurabh. So it is now again, the AI agents, and we're talking about, it's not taking the job, it's just going to empower us. So have we reached the point where it is already driving value, or is it still in a hype phase where the vision of the AI first world is still to be achieved, or it's still on a horizon of cognitive horizon of perceived value?
Yeah,
What do you?
great question. So it's just started, Kashish, I would say. So recently I attended a Gartner conference. We attended a very great lecture there, and the analyst has suggested if we measure the capabilities of AI agents in the scale of 1 to 5, it is at 0 at this moment today, or it is reaching near 1. So there are
Right.
many things which has to be done to reach it to the fifth level or level 5. So I think by the end of 2025, we'll be able to reach at a level of 1. But there are many ways or many things which has to be achieved by year 2030. So 52% success with the AI agents or agentic AI is likely to be achieved by the year 2030. So those who are thinking that they are late are really not. It can be geared up really fast. Many things, many automated capabilities with respect to the business outcome, with respect to the data analytics, with respect to the industrial automation can still be done and can be started. What we are doing or we are tackling today is because everything, a new concept, new capabilities comes, and those are keep on coming, right? So generative AI is a history. Now there is a era of agentic AI. Now, how do we develop an agentic AI? There are variety of tools which are still improvising. There are tools which are available in the market, but you keep on seeing the hallucination coming out of them, and they are erroring out. They are not giving you the deterministic output which people are looking for. So it's just started and it is delivering value as of today, especially in few of the fields like customer service, some sort of automation. But there are roads ahead. Certainly, more many things would come eventually in future where AI agents and the agentic AI will sure help a lot this humanity.
Perfect, perfect. So definitely, you believe that it's all real. I mean, on a context of how I also seen recently one of the talks I was going through, and that spoke about that we have all these autonomous cars these days, right? Teslas of the world. And as you rightly said, it's actually on the scale of 2.5 when they talk about autonomy, and they're still driving by themselves. Literally in areas of Phoenix, there is literally no human interventions needed at all. So imagine when we reach five, I think we'll probably be flying 2,000 miles away up and without and trusting the robots and systems to do it for us. So yeah, it's absolutely there, and we do have those live examples on the road, and and driving with us head on. So I'm certainly positive that yeah, it's already there. So now considering it's there, where is it heading? Sort of what are the additional considerations and things that we have to talk about? I think governance and would also become a very important part, security and things like that. Probably we might not have time to cover all of that sort of today. So we'll definitely keep it more interactions on these topics and keep it as a place where we can rent out and talk out and bring more people into the conversations in the future. But any subtle comments before we at least close this loop on this topic?
Sure. Yeah, certainly. So AI is getting real, right? So from historical examples, again, when you see, I'll just take one more examples of listening to the radio, right? So when I used to see my father, he used to tune the radio every day morning and try to place it to the right location so that he can get the maximum signal. As of today, you just instruct Alexa or Marshall, okay, play this song. It immediately goes back, call an API of Spotify, pick the song and start playing it for you. So things
Right.
are getting realistic. This is one very simple example that I had given, but lot of tools like MCP, A2A, and on the top of it, the Guardian AI, which is also coming, which will govern all the AI agents who are doing job or work for us. So it is heading towards that direction where many multi-agent models where agents are interacting with each other would be there solving all our business problem, and on the top of it there'll be a master AI agent or a guardian AI agent, and then probably more AI agents on the top of it. So it's AI, and AI. So more AI would be coming, and all we have to just face it in future.
Right. Thank you. Sort of the moment you said Alexa, mine got activated. So yes, absolutely. We are in that world. Now, I think now is the point in these 10, 15 minutes that we talked about. We actually reached a point where we actually wanted to start from the topic that where it is heading and how it is being leveraged from the decision intelligence standpoint. So any real world examples that you would like to bring in for most of the audience that have joined today to listen in and tune in on the topic?
Absolutely. So I'll again start with a very good conversation that I had in the Gartner event only. So
Sure.
at Lumenore, obviously, we are creating different AI agents to create or provide business insights.
Right.
Now, one of the senior leader from a company, a retail company, came to me and then he said that, okay, can your agent tell me that why my sales is down? I said, yes, it can tell you, provided you feed in all the data sets to it. Um, then the conversation progressed forward, and then we said that, okay, not necessarily I can feed all the data which is made available to your AI agents, how it would work. So we conceptualized that, we had a very good conversation there. We conceptualized that, okay, we can have AI agents who has the capability to go back to your database using MCP, which is the capability, understand that how your sales is happening from last 5 years and quarter over quarter. It will be able to identify all the dips which are happened in the past, and identify that why that dips has happened, which is specific product, which is specific category, which is specific marketing plan has got the dip. Now, basis that it can go to the supply chain or probably the inventory management system and try to identify that whether this product, the sale was reduced, what was the reason? Was there no good number of products in the inventory? Is it the case? Then why it was the case? Probably it will go to the supply chain management team or supply chain management data. Was the number of orders was not placed on time, or was it a delay from the vendor because of which the product was not on stack? Multiple such things can keep on happening. These agents will keep on interacting, fetching the data, bringing it for the considerations. There are a lot of unstructured data which is also lying there, and they can utilize the RAG-based capabilities to read through the unstructured data of the reports of the analyst, and basis which it can submit back the report that on last quarter, what was the reason your sales was low? Either because of a marketing plan, either because of the vendor shipment, either because of the inventory issue, or because of the product defect. So variety of reasons can be consolidated and can be presented back. So concept is not new, but the reality is with the help of AI, the things which could have been done in months or weeks can now be done in 15 minutes of time. Provided you provide all the necessary context to AI, especially the governing or master AI, which has access to all your data points, all analyst reports, which is unstructured in nature, and it would be able to give you or deliver the results back to you. A lot of
Right.
hallucination which can keep on happening in between. That's the reason more guardrails, more better prompts would still be needed. But yes, it is certainly possible, and it is the way forward now.
Right, right. No, that's interesting, and it's a very good and a deep example that you picked up, Saurabh, because it spoke about a lot of AI agents as well, and holistically as an entire agentic AI system that we are looking at, and knowing the pieces that you were talking about as a customer success or from a growth standpoint. I also triggered that there could be a sales emails that can be triggered or something which was not being done, a CRM integration, another AI agent that can sit on top automatically start responding basis the tickets that are being generated. So a lot of the work which was, and you also spoke about that, which required a lot of week time or hours of time, that can be easily done by letting a AI system sit on top of it. And I think other than just saving time, it also becomes possible that we can have AI agents to do it. So human intervention can also be significantly reduced, and the people can be actually busy in closing, or as you spoke about, it was more on the sales context why the sales was dipping. So all that heavy lifting can be done using the system, so the right people know exactly where they have to focus upon. So very, very good example. Thanks for bringing that up. Any other use case, Saurabh, you think you want to cover today?
Yeah. So let's take
I
another.
see it says the empowering the analyst, so probably that could be a right point to touch on.
Yeah, correct. So this all entire thing, right? Normally, human to human communication is still an important one, right? So many actions can still be taken by AI, but analyst who is responsible to identify the reason probably can get with the help of AI agents multiple reasons and collating all those reasons, identifying the real problem. Okay, what could have been the problem? Because AI agents or agentic AI based workflows can still give you or feed it with lot of information. For analyst, obviously the right job would be to redirect the AI in the right direction, or probably consolidate it and set it as a part of reference for the next set of analysis whenever the analyst would like to take it. So all tools which would be needed as of today are slowly getting made available to analysts so that all such analysis with the right set of governance and security can be taken place as of today. So yes, that would be the possibility.
Beautiful. Uh, that's interesting. So now, as a next step, what do you suggest? Like somebody who is looking at it or listening to it and get excited about going into leveraging these AI agents, what would be the start point that you would recommend? And what are the few initial checklists they should have in hand to make sure that they're taking the right path forward? What are your thoughts on that, Saurabh?
Yeah, so where to start, right? I mean, you're because you're
Thanks
very
for making it simpler as a point. Go ahead. Yeah.
so the very first thing is, right, if you feel that you're late with the AI journey, absolutely you're not. You can start today itself. Now, there are two steps or 2 point suggestions. One is for an individual, and another is for an organization leader. Many of us who joined us here today are looking forward to start their journey, or probably trying to gain some information that what's happening in this space. So AI readiness is one of the most important aspect. When you talk about the AI readiness, it has multi folds or multiple things which would be needed. First and foremost is making your data ready for AI consumption, because for AI, the food for AI is data. How good data that you would feed in, the good results that you'll be getting in. So data readiness, AI data readiness is one of the most important thing. Then comes the AI infrastructure. Unless you have the right AI infrastructure available, and with the help of obviously these public clouds, you can have this AI infrastructure ready, the GPU-based systems, the public APIs for calling of the AI, etc., are very easily available. So you can utilize those capabilities. But yes, uh, to utilize those capabilities, you need AI skills. So start learning about the AI capabilities so that you can harness the power of generative AI, or especially AI. Fortunately, there is no much coding needed, but I won't say that no coding needed. Coding is certainly needed. So if you yourself can't do the coding or learn more about it, just direct your team to do that, who are enthusiastic enough to learn more about it. AI skills is again an important thing. AI resources are important things. You would be needing a couple of AI resources who have good knowledge about the API, different technologies. Not necessarily they need to know about everything about the coding, but they need to know that how this entire system will work. And at the end, you need an AI sponsor, right? Because without AI sponsor, you cannot kickstart your journey. As an individual, certainly you could do that. You just need a little motivation to know more about AI. But for an organization, an AI sponsor is needed so that a team can be formed, different learning AI literacy programs can be initiated, and eventually the AI journey can be started. So, and as we learned from the Gartner, right? We are still reaching at one in the
True.
AI world, right? There are ways to accelerate our journey to five, but still, I would, as of today, I would say that once we reach a level of maturity, it will be by end of 2030. So start today, start learning about it, start taking initiative on the AI field and AI literacy.
Awesome, awesome. I loved it. Saurabh, that reminds me, it's a very beautiful quote that says, right? And I think it's suitable in most of the situations every time that, yeah, though we talking about and we've seen that a lot of buzz was already created around AI, but that quote is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is now. So I think I completely agree that we are still not late, and the way new models are coming every day, and how things are getting better for citizen user as well. So I think the sky is the limit, and people can really catch up very fast. You spoke about, probably you given a discomfort to a lot of non-tech, that you need to have some layer of coding. So do you think with the way things are changing and new agents coming up, or new models being generated which are very friendly for coders, or sorry, for non-coders to code, do you think that that paradigm shift is also somewhere possible, that somebody non-technical it can also start building their own agentic AI systems?
Yes,
Just want to give a cushion and comfort to those who probably not fit into that realm of technical background.
yeah, absolutely, Kashish. For simplistic task, if we talk about, there are variety of no code and low code platforms, and variety of capabilities which are also in the market. So take an example. Earlier, or let's suppose 5 years ago, when you go and ask someone that I need to create a website, the person would give you a month time. Okay, let me understand your requirement, and then basis which let me create a website, host it to a web server, and then make it available through the DNS entries, etc. And in last 3 4 years, the time has reduced to one week. And as of today, with the capabilities like Lovable, etc., you can launch your website within a day. Such powerful websites making is easily made possible within a day by a non-coder. So you just have a business idea, you put it into a prompt, customize it according to your need, and then launch it. So within a day, you can launch your website. We are That's relatively a simple task that I took a reference of. But when the task complexity increases, and yes, human mind is always curious, right? You achieve first level, you start thinking about the third level, and
Right.
when the level increases, the complexity increases, and there is a need of some sort of coders who has the understanding of different technologies so that they can bring down all the pieces together and complete things for you. So need for them would always be there, but yes, more easiness would keep on coming. That how you develop code, how you deploy code, and how you achieve the success. So that
Right.
would keep on coming.
Correct. No, that's again, you made that circle that, AI is not taking over everything, and the people with that responsibility are now even have a better opportunity to shine and work in the system with a lot of AI agents around them. So thanks for that, Saurabh. I think you started fidgeting on the screen. Next slide probably for everyone, Saurabh.
Sure. Okay. I think as part of this, I think I'll just would like to name a couple of capabilities that as part of our learning we should keep on seeing, right? Because we talked about, but yes, as an end result to our audience, what they should be learning, right? So that's very important thing. Again, I'm going little technical, being technology written in my name. So when you start uh, working with AI, the very first thing you should learn is how to call an API. Okay, so there are variety of services or OpenAI services which are made available. How you can pass a prompt to an API and then accept that prompt, crunch it, and make it trigger another workflow. So that's the very basic thing that you could do. Then you can learn some of the open source technologies like LangChain, LangGraph. And they are not absolutely open source, but at least you can start learning about them so that you have a fundamentals clear and how this AI world starts working. And then some of the agents you can create by yourself by walking through or going through YouTube videos. There are experts, companies, partners, vendors who can make this journey quite easy for anyone who would like to excel ahead in the field of AI. So with this, I'll just stop. We'll open up for questions if there is any, and then we'll take it ahead.
Sure. I think, yeah, that's a good idea. We pretty much have 15-20 good minutes for others to add in. I think we already have Shuayu who wants to ask something. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Saurav. Hi, Kashish. Thank you so much for your time and sharing the entire picture with us. I work as a consultant to clients, and I help them overcome AI adoption barriers and also talk on ethical AI. I have two questions for you, if you may.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
One is, see, with the agentic AI, and this is my understanding, you guys are expert. Please help me understand because there was one example given of sales falling for the client, and therefore how can agentic AI help into that, which is perfectly right. But this could have also been addressed with analytics, automation, and CRM in different modules, right? This is one, and more importantly, could you help understand agentic AI? How will it deal in terms of ethics in absence of any uniform global ethics? Because China has its own way, Singapore has its own way. There's a UK loose broad guideline, and US works differently. I mean, I'm not even talking of the balance because I don't think anybody has anything. So would you please touch upon the fact that how would ethics be maintained? Because that's a very, very important case for clients who sits on tons of data. Thank you.
Thank you, Shavayu. It's a amazing question, and certainly I'll try to explain with a couple of examples as well. Now, when you talk about generative AI, obviously all big companies who have launched the generative AI or large language model capability for us, they try to ensure that the right data is fed it while training the large language models. Because there is a very famous saying in Indian culture or itself, right? What you eat, what you become. So for AI, what you feed as a data, and the AI will start responding in the similar fashion. When you talk about the bias, when you talk about the ethical AI, biases plays an important role, right? So because um, you through unethical means you try to create a biasness in the AI models and try to retrieve the information which is not meant to be. How we can govern that? There is a different governance picture which comes to this our knowledge. The very first point is obviously the prompt engineering. Variety of system prompts should be added for any AI system because we are talking about generative AI in this context. A lot of prompt based governance is needed. System prompts and variety of governance prompts should be imposed in such a way so that any of the unethical question or any of the unethical workflow should not be triggered. That's the first guardrail. Second guardrail is the wrapper programs. So normally, as of today, when we try to consume the output from any of the AI model, we try to utilize some of the wrapper programs which consumes the output of an AI and try to convert or trigger a workflow. So those wrapper programs can also be programmed in such a way so that it understands that there is an ethical issue with respect to the response of an AI or ethical challenge or the security challenge and basis which it prevents it immediately. So these are the two quick ways through which we can govern it at this moment. There are other ways as well related to the fine tuning, but again, that reminds me that yes, the data that you feed in the similar nature you will get from the AI responses. So data plays a very important role, and especially when you talk about the data, the biased data, that also plays a very important role to make situation or issues with the AI in terms of ethical responses.
Absolutely. I would also just like to add to what sort of added for you, show you that considering, I think looking at the AI utilization as a blanket approach might not work out, and you also rightly added because every country operates different, every use case and every vertical, and in every vertical the use case will also have a different guardrails to be defined per se, and of course to the point of how ethically and more responsibly we can utilize those channels. I think that's where we can also have a thresholds to define on hallucination, and as Saurabh said, right, probably what you're feeding in from the data and what guardrails you are defining while absorbing that data with the hallucinations that you are controlling to ensure that the results are in the parameters without considering any additional biases would be a way forward. But let's not, try to use a blanket approach to generalize it, because I think it will not allow you to focus it in the right context.
Yeah,
Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you. I'm glad you were at least able to touch that. But we can connect, you. I think knowing that you are in that space, we are more than happy to have this discussion going. We will also try to show up more often and have these discussions covered, and probably governance and ethics requires a justification of at least an hour to talk into those details. So we'll definitely keep you in touch and keep in touch with you, and probably will invite you to next such discussions on those topics as well. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else have any similar questions or something that you want us to talk about? I see on a chat there was something on how we can use agentic AI in the inside sales environment, right? So probably sort of I'll start and then you can expand to it. So
sure.
the good part is, like, if you look at it from an inside sales environment, you might have already some CRM in place or some solution that you're already using that your team is leveraging. Now, to bring an agentic AI system on top of it, as sort of mentioned earlier, we can always look at few ready to deploy kind of solutions that comes in, that we can make or make it sit on top of your existing CRM. It can be a very simple bot that would allow, or will automatically pick up some numbers or to do dial, or probably just to start sending emails basis the previous interactions or dispositions that are already being tracked on your CRM. And then further it will start training basis the responses it's getting, the emails that you are receiving, and we can enable different AI agents on different elements to basically start automating that process. And once we have enough data, then we will probably able to bring it to that autonomy, as sort of was saying, right, between 1 and 5. The more data you have on the past experiences and past interactions, the better knowledge base it will be able to create for it to start taking right decisions in the favor of the business. And of course, sort of, if you want to further add in from a technical standpoint, it would be helpful.
Correct. So, in fact, we got this opportunity for growth from one of the growth team, and what they want us to do is um, connect with the social media account of different leaders across the industry, and basis which craft an email, send that email to the specific person where some of the interest of that specific person are also mentioned, which is correlated with the product that we are promoting. And the complete agentic AI-based system will keep on monitoring the activity of a person on social media and changing the behavior of an email, which keeps on getting triggered, identifying the click-through rate, open rate of that same person, that what is the right time to send out an email, what is the right text or punchline to share, identify the interest, etc. So complete agentic AI-based system where obviously the mail has to be triggered through humans so that humans can also be reading through. But all that knowledge, gaining that knowledge of a specific person, interest of a person, the key pointers that person is interested into, basis which define an email and share that email at a right interval, at a right frequency is an important piece to crack the deal.
Perfect, perfect. That also reminds me, sort of, thanks for bringing it up, that before the agentic AI world, we used to have a A/B testing, right? Sort of where we used to define this will be the subject line, and or if the response was like that, then this will be the subject line. And those workflows, maximum we used to have 3 or 4 different subject lines. But with now, if you will enable a agentic AI system into your inside sales process, you can have millions of different topics, because it will automatically, you can set up a prompt in a way that for every separate situation there can be a separate subject line that can be triggered, right? And it's all be training in itself and making it more sensible. And similarly in the email, right, earlier we used to define as a part of the workflow, at least most of the 70% of it used to be pre-created, written in a certain format, and there was no chances of like, unless there is a human intervention, somebody manually changing it, the workflow used to keep it pretty much directed in the same way. But now with the generative AI, every email can talk different, feel different, and it will make it a lot more centric to the conversation that is needed for that user, without having a lot of interventions with people. And as Saurabh said, right, you can trigger it at certain time of the day, so it's a 24/7 working without a coffee break. So I think it's really fascinating, and I think inside sales is a perfect place to start utilizing agentic AI systems.
One quick question on which Sarish has asked, right? There are so many models available, many interfaces. How do we decide? So nowadays, there are LLM aggregators also keep on coming, which allows you to choose the best model for you. We can share those names relatively later because those are still maturing in field. Ultimately, when you take certain examples, right? When you talk about the healthcare, probably Google Gemini is best. When you talk about coding or marketing-based content generation, probably Anthropic Cloud is best. So, basis which we can keep on identifying that which is a specific task where you are seeing the best response, and then you can switch over. So some sort of human in the loop or human intervention is needed, but you should always be having a facility to switch the models. Okay, today or in this month, let's give this responsibility to ChatGPT, OpenAI ChatGPT 4.1. Tomorrow, shift this responsibility to another model. You should have that flexibility made available, and it's all through experiment. You keep on identifying, and eventually you'll identify the best fit solution for your specific use case.
Right, right. Well said.
Okay, going to Sanjay's system, digital marketing, yes, but at the same time, when you talk about the digital marketing, right, a lot of ads and ad-based revenue are in question. So giving all good capabilities in the hands of agents or AI agents would cost a lot of money. So again, you'll have to be very careful. But yes, uh, I had seen companies who are creating posts every day, a very human-centric post with the help of generative AI and posting it into their media, social media. Keep on generating different followers. Follower base are increasing. And yes, for digital marketing, certainly take help from Agentic or AI-based systems, but you need to ensure that do not give complete authority or to AI-based system. Otherwise, obviously, it may increase the cost drastically. Otherwise, absolutely, digital marketing or especially marketing and the customer service are the two areas where AI is getting very successful.
Right, right. On that, I mean, just on same context, I was also reading somewhere sort of that they said, the earlier the search engine optimization became search everywhere optimization. So there is so much out there that you cannot really be available everywhere in a humanized way. So definitely enabling separate agents is always a good idea. And again, probably to start your digitization use cases, probably start with a smaller AI agent, specifically one for Twitter, right? So at least one use case you started automating, it will start training the data, learning from your previous posts, and it will start giving you the maturity. Similarly, you can add something then for LinkedIn, then something for, I mean, SEO. We don't have to talk about. People have been doing it for a very long time. But I think rather than covering it again as an open umbrella of a digital social media, or entire digital environment, we have to start picking up specific use cases. And as Saurabh was talking about, right, few of the agents that are out there are only good at certain tasks. So let's start leveraging them, start building a stronger use cases before you start jumping the gun into the entire ilm of or realm of digitization and the digital marketing.
Correct. Correct. Okay, so one last question. I think it's from Devin Nyangam. So I think now uh, identifying the job changes are also possible. So let's suppose you set up an AI system which is monitoring the LinkedIn-based profile. At the same time, there are a variety of systems like Apollo and couple of them which Kashish can tell. This is which we can keep on identifying that which specific person has moved on to which specific job role, and this is which you can reach out to them. So those type of alerting can also be created where all your lead list you can keep on tracking the progress of their roles and responsibility and keep on getting the alerts. And basis which you can allow another AI agent to craft an email specific to your product, send it over. So multiple agents working in tandem can achieve the job that you're looking for.
Correct, correct. So, Adyanagam, considering it as an open forum, we can certainly connect with you. We can discuss on how we can set that up, and probably look at it from assessing your existing infrastructure, as Saurav was saying earlier, right? That I think the things that comes into consideration is where you stand today, what you're already leveraging, and what is your vision, and accordingly we can mix it up together for a perfect blend which can help you to scale up into your AI initiatives, right? So we'll connect with you. Probably we have your details, and we'll take the discussion going on. Thanks for asking that question. It really helps us to open it up for the forum. We have five-ish more minutes, sort of, so we can at least take at least one more question if you allow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Anyone have any specific questions somebody wants to touch upon?
I think there's one question on the pricing side. I'll just quickly try to cover that up. But yes, uh, the pricing for AI agents development reduced drastically. The model which you are seeing, right? I mean, those models are the token rate of those models are also getting reduced. There are open source capabilities which are also coming through which you can completely create a workflow. So N8N is one of the capability that you can utilize. It's a completely open source. When you take help from any specific vendor, right, and ask them with a specific problem statement, they can tell you that how long or what will be the total cost of developing it. Uh, so that can be created. Obviously, there are two ways, and just I got a follow-up question where the need is we need to keep it in the same environment. Now there are lightweight LLMs, not LLMs, I would say small language models, which are also keep on coming. But it would require GPUs for sure. GPUs are still costly. If you can procure GPUs, then certainly that entire system can be developed within your infrastructure, within your GPU. The only challenge that you may face in future is the scalability because GPUs, the evolution in GPUs are also happening very fast. So the system that you had deployed as of today within your on-premise or on infrastructure will be still in next 3 to 6 months. So you need to have an upgrade for sure. And scalability in terms of number of users using that system, the concurrency, number of input requests which are coming, but also plays an important role. But now it is easily doable, easily possible. Open source LLM deployed it on local infrastructure, fine-tuned it, set up a RAG-based system along with it so that you can have better accuracy and better up-to-date information. So very much doable as of today.
Absolutely. No, I think I love it, Saurabh. You touched on a very important part that unless you are able to scale up or unless you are giving yourself chance to fail or relearn or reach a point where you're actually making sense of agentic AI for your growth standpoint. Otherwise, you're just trying to implement AI with a fear of missing out, right? So I think the intent should be how you are able to scale up or learn from the early adopting mistakes, or mistake is not a right word, but the early adoption which comes with its own journey. Unless you are ready to grow with that journey or enjoy that journey, that vision sometimes will get missed. So it's a great point to consider. And again, we also not trying to pitch or position any specifics on that context, rather wanted to openly talk about that what's out there and how we as a part of that fraternity and ecosystem, how we can leverage each other and support each other in making this environment more beautiful and let AI agents, take the center stage eventually.
Correct. Absolutely. Okay.
Technology. I think I see one more question from Sarish. Technology is like us. How can we contribute to create our own LLMs and models? Over to
Yeah.
you, Saurabh.
Okay. So very good. But so as part of our learning, certainly we should know that how can we create our own LLM. Obviously, the cost would be high. If you remember, right, DeepSeek, one of the Chinese model, is in news because of the lowest cost. But that lowest cost is also close to $4 to $5 million. But having said that, obviously a very large volume of data that they're trying to train and then measure the efficiency or accuracy of the model on one sort of index, that is tough thing. But at a smaller level, you can create some sort of data, question answer based data, and go for algorithms, transformer based algorithm. There are variety of algorithms which are available, and in YouTube itself, you can learn that how you can create your own LLM. The major challenge of creating, or not LLM, I would say, the small language model you can certainly create, or micro language model you can certainly create with the limited data that you have in hand. For large
Right.
language model, obviously, million, trillion, million, billion, trillion parameters are needed, which are nothing but the size of documents through which you can train your model, which would take days, weeks, and months to get trained on a very large multi-GPU based machines. I
Right.
wouldn't suggest, but as part of your learning, you can certainly learn
Yeah.
transformer-based algorithm. Second thing is, since big companies like Facebook, Meta especially, right, they are giving open source model like Llama. You can start utilizing those models and fine tune those models for your specific needs. That would be more beneficial in terms of business benefits rather than building everything from the scratch or creating LLM from scratch.
Correct. Absolutely. Just to touch on that, Sarish, the other thing is like, why we want to build a model becomes also very important. In case if your data is something that you don't want to expose to the open models or, to the web, is one of the reasons that's why you're trying to have completely created something based on your previous data, then it makes sense. But otherwise, as Saurabh said, if something already exists in the market, leveraging it will also reduce your time to the market or to get to the nth use case that you are actually trying to achieve, rather than investing yourself too much initially in building it, testing it, and then implementing it into your existing data. So I think we are all running against the time, especially in the world, as sort of said, right? In 6 months, anything that you're trying to do is anyway going to be look like a stone age thing, right? So if you can outsource and leverage that's already out there, I think that would be the best bet to go about it, unless your use case is very specific.
Okay. Yes. Perfect.
I
One
think,
more.
yeah, sort of it's amazing to see that there are so many questions we couldn't answer. That just gives us another motivation to connect more often and, showing up for these points. I think, as I said earlier to everyone, we not try to introduce ourselves or the companies and things around it. We wanted to keep it a very open interaction on all the buzz and all the open topics that everyone was trying to talk about. We thought of opening up as a forum and connecting with everyone, and we'll try to have it as a regular touch point. In case if you have any suggestions, we'll also try to drop you an email. Please share what are the topics that you want us to cover, and also if you have any other assessments or related questions or where to get started and you want us to deep dive into on that context, etc., we're more than happy, and we like to create it as an ecosystem where we can support and work towards leveraging AI as a part of the success for each of us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, all right. So I think we'll conclude. We are pretty much on the clock. Technically, we are 4 minutes up, and already it's a working day, so we'll let everyone get in. But thanks once again for joining us. It was pleasure at least having this conversation. And as we said, we'll reach out again and we'll let you know about the next time and the next topic that we are going to cover. And we'll be hoping that probably we'll have two times more people join in and be part of this similar conversations. Thank you, Saurabh, for enlightening everyone with your knowledge. It was really helpful. I tried to add to it in my capacity, but it was pleasure.
Thank you very much, Kashish. It was pleasure working here with you in this webinar.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks, everyone. We'll conclude it now, and we'll look forward to meeting you all again. Thanks. Bye. Bye, Saurabh. Bye, team.
Bye bye.